Hey guys, how's it going? I saw a video that was very interesting and I thought I share my thoughts and views on it, I guess. Alright, let's play this.
Granted its sales license. With its facility's footprint exceeding 800,000 square feet, Aurora is looking to produce 100,000 kilograms of cannabis per year. Joining us now is Cam Battley, Chief Corporate Officer of Aurora Cannabis. Cam, thanks for joining us here today. Aurora Cannabis received its cultivation license 8 months ago, just secured its sales license. You're on pace to produce 4,000 kilograms of cannabis by October. So how do you plan to scale up to 10,000 kilograms after recreational use becomes legal in October?
Well, to give you an idea of what we're doing, we
Who asked that question did not understand Aurora's business, because he's like, how do you scale up to 10,000 kilograms by legalization? They're already making 30,000 kilograms right now, and it's been 2 months, so they haven't added like 3 months. And then on top of that, the Sky facilities coming online, the Metro Leaf, the full facilities coming online, the increasing CannaMed's production, Aurora V already got their sales license. I don't know. Anyways, let's continue the video.
have up to 11 facilities, assuming that we close our acquisition of MedRelief, a $3 billion acquisition of MedRelief this month, and we're confident that that will go through. We will have 11 production facilities in Canada and Denmark, and we're absolutely killing it across all functions. We're very, very excited because our production is expanding every single month. Aurora Sky is our facility at Edmonton International Airport, and it is going to change the world of cannabis because it is the first 21st century cannabis production facility. To give you an idea of what I'm talking about, it is extremely high tech. It uses automation, including robots, and this 800,000 square foot facility at Edmonton International Airport will produce in excess of 100,000 kilograms high quality cannabis per year. And the interesting thing is, this is the first of a number of what we call our Sky class facilities. We're building another one in Medicine Hat, Alberta. We're building another one in Odense, Denmark. And we're building another one with our partners, the Green Organic Dutchman, in Quebec. So we are poised to take over the world, as we say kind of jocularly, and it's a very, very exciting time.
Cam, last we spoke, I remember that you were saying that Aurora is best positioned in terms of being able to leverage its capital and go after some of these companies like a MedRelief. Is there more consolidation that, from your side, you see taking place for Aurora this year?
So two things here. We talked about capital, and a piece of news that happened just last week, since we last talked, is that Aurora has secured a loan, a traditional loan from one of the major banks in Canada, Bank of Montreal, of up to $250 million. And this is very, very significant. The first time that a cannabis company has secured a traditional debt facility from a major bank.
So that bank deal is a big deal because that's like the first company to ever get a debt deal, like a traditional debt deal. I think that's kind of historic, kind of, maybe. Banks don't lend out money often, especially to cannabis companies. But Aurora got a really good deal at 4%. It's very similar to Canopy, but Canopy had convertible debentures. So I don't know. Let's continue.
And so that means that we are exceedingly well capitalized as we continue our global expansion. Now, you ask about consolidation. We do believe that there will be additional consolidation in this market. In Canada, we now have more than 100 licensed producers under Health Canada. Whether that number will continue We don't really know, but I think the suspicion is that not all of the companies will make it, and there will be some additional consolidation in this market.
What kind of businesses do you think will be?
Not all companies will make it. So many people are talking about it. I was talking about it like months and months ago. I heard Afria CEO talk about it. I forgot his name, and Bruce Lennon of Canopy also talked about it. So I'm curious in 2020 which company will go down. Alright, let's continue.
The most targeted at this point?
I can tell you what we're very interested in, and that is technology. So we have sufficient production in Canada. We're looking at increasing our production around the world, but it's technology that we're most interested in. So new production techniques, new formulations, and delivery mechanisms for cannabis. One of the nice things about cannabis, and one of the things that makes me believe that ultimately the cannabis sector will be larger globally than the brewing sector, is that there are a multitude of delivery mechanisms. Cannabis can me believe it can be inhaled. Cannabis delivers a number of different experiences. Experience is the most important word here. If you think about alcohol, whether you have a glass of beer or a glass of wine or a shot of liquor, the experience is the same. With cannabis, it's very, very different. You can have a cannabis a product that has liquor that you use for being social, going out with friends, going out to dinner. Or you can use a different cannabis product that's ideal for perhaps binge watching The Walking Dead or listening to music. So
you can do with cannabis, while tobacco really doesn't have variety. People drink alcohol for one single effect, and same with tobacco. But with cannabis, there's different strains, there's different products on the shelf, so there's like a whole bunch of options you can buy from, versus alcohol and tobacco, which only has really one option. So cannabis has the potential to be big, really, really big in the future, especially down the road when people adopt it more. So let's continue with the video.
There is a very great deal of expansion possible here, and we actually see the possibility that cannabis as a sector will be larger on a global basis than brewing.
Right, definitely a lot of opportunity here. But if you had to sort of summarize where you're most excited, which sector, which aspect of cannabis is most exciting for you and for Aurora, what would that be?
I would say the opportunity to expand very, very rapidly into the international medical sector. So Aurora is already operating in multiple countries. We're selling our products beyond Canada. We're selling in Australia and in Germany and in Italy and now Malta, as well as places like South Africa and the Cayman Islands, of all places. I'd like to go and set up the office there. And we have boots on the ground in 10 countries. The expansion is happening at a break.
Video quality, you guys can check it out at Cheddar. I hope I can actually post this, but I don't know why it's stuttering. But I want to mention on a comment where he says they have boots on the ground, so they have actual like people trying to expand. Well, I guess, yeah, I'm not even sure. Or is it like internet? Actually, you know what? I honestly, this is really confusing right now. I've been changing and shuffling my mind around so many times. You guys are probably just totally confused right now. Let's try to clear this up. I guess at the end of the day, I really don't know how Aurora expands. I guess there's people, like physical people, that go to these meetings and meet up with people and try to establish deals and try to build up the customer base and clients and everything. So that's what he means with boots on the ground. And let's continue. The video might be choppy, but yeah.
Net pace, the opportunities are enormous. So I would say that the largest economic opportunity that we're pursuing right now is the international medical opportunity. That said, we're also very excited in Canada because we've had royal assent, the final approval for consumer legalization in Canada. Legalization in Canada. And so we are ramping up as of October 17th, which is the go date, to be able to sell consumer cannabis to adults. And we are ready to rock and roll.
Okay, and so October 17th is going to be the date. Where do we see some of the expansion efforts? You mentioned some of the countries that are particularly of interest right now internationally. What's going to be the most difficult space for you to break into regionally?
Well, there's always the U.S., right?
Sure.
In the U.S., cannabis remains federally illegal, as you've been discussing. We do have an interest in the U.S. We're poised and ready to enter as soon as the regulations change so that it is not federally illegal. And in the interim, we've done something kind of interesting. We've created a company called Australis Capital. It's a spin-off. It's a divestment of best assets that we had. And our intention is to create a company that is separate from Aurora, has a separate management and a separate board, so that we comply with the requirements of the Toronto Stock Exchange and U.S. exchanges, where we hope to be listed very soon. And at the same time, it's an opportunity to spin out this value to our shareholders. So we are giving each of our Aurora shareholders a share and a 25-cent warrant in this new company, Australis Capital, that will be assembling U.S. assets, participate in the U.S. market, with the intention, if possible, in the future, to have our back-in rights exercised so that we may be able to take control of that in the future. But now we have to stay compliant with all of the regulations of our existing exchange, the Toronto Stock Exchange, and our future exchanges.
I'm curious on the Australia's capital. I wonder when that's gonna happen. Like, it's gonna be when legalization starts? Is it gonna be after the merger with MetroLeaf? Because I'm interested. And what is the business base of the company? Like, what exactly is it doing? Is it going to set up facilities in the United States? It's gonna buy out stuff? Like, what exactly is it going to do in the US? Is it going to set up dispensaries? Like, I'm curious on that. Just, yeah. Comment below what you guys think will happen to that company. Let's continue.
All right, Cam Battley, Chief Corporate Officer of Aurora Cannabis. Thanks so much for joining us here today.
A pleasure.
Absolutely.
That was it for the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Please give me a thumbs down if you dislike this video. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.